Rudy, are you ready, boy? Welcome. This is the Psy Tai podcast number 57. 57. Thank you for coming by. This is where we combine our minds with our hearts, connect those two circles, and we just light a joint. I have to preface this that we do not condone the use of illegal or legal drugs. What you decide to do with your bodies, what you decide to do. This for educational and harm reduction purposes only. All the talk and experiences that will be told on this channel. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you guys for coming in. It's been a minute. It's been a while. But has anything really been a while? Because what is time, my friends? What is time? I've been enjoying the moments, just as I'm enjoying the moment right now. And I had a trip a couple days ago. I was eating some mushrooms with a new buddy of mine, and we ate way more I never ate mushrooms like that before, I could say. I was going in the bag and just eating it, matching them. He's like, "Oh, I'm not feeling really anything yet. Should I take this more? Should I take this one out the bag?" And I was like, "It's your body, go ahead." And he's like, "No, if I do it, you gotta do it." I said, "Okay." I just was nibbling on some, and at first I was going into my whole top phase where I was like, "Oh, what's going on, Rape the Matrix? I didn't even see y'all pop in. Sub Nicholas, sub Piano Key. I just had the joint burning in the car and Best Buy peeping gifts." Yeah, I was eating some mushrooms without a scale or nothing like that, and I didn't really do that before, but it was cool. And I was saying I wanted to I was trying to poke out and drinking the tea and stuff like that. Say, "Man, my stomach gonna hurt." But then after he kept eating, I was like, "Yo, I really want to just keep on going at it too." Let me bring this up on here. So we was munching on like a whole zip. Matter of fact, I don't even. Like how much of, I guess, I can't even show you guys. If I get a bag, dang, it was a hell of a lot. Wait, I'm gonna empty these out, and then I'm gonna show y'all the bag. I gotta empty out the rest. Yeah, we had a bag we had this kind of bag. The shrooms was filled up to here. We ate the shrooms all the way down to there. And just left little crumbs and caps. Oh, it was nice, bro, cause he was telling me how he used to do shrooms and stuff in the past, well, LSD more, and he was just down for the cause. So I was flowing, and I'm gonna jump back and forth because it's hard for me to tell stories because I got a lot of stuff that I kind of want to say. But it was as if I knew him forever. Like while the trip was going on, while we was eating, I was like, "Yo, I know this guy. Yeah, it had to be cubes. I had albino A+. If it was that L and I had, I would have just been the whole time. But it was some cubes. It was dope. And the bro, I know that I knew him from a long time ago, and I was telling myself that he reminded me of my old friend Billy. He's younger than me, 24, and he reminds me of my friend Billy, who I lived with during college and after college for 3 years, trying to go in the rapper, dealing with the weed and all that other stuff that you do when you're in school and you got free will. So, and he reminded me in the fact that he dealt drugs when he was a teenager, made all this money, got a nice car, and then got away from it because of some event. And now he's like coming more awareness in his life. But he's the kind of person who has he's like a ladies man, a 24-year-old ladies man, drive fast car, like the jewelry and stuff like that. And that's how my buddy was, Billy, that was always so-called getting me into these adventures and stuff, like going to parties, or say, "Come on, man, let's go do this. Let's just hop in the car, let's go do this, or let's just go have some fun, do this." And me like, all right, like a Morty type kind of thing, Morty type situation. So that's what it was reminding me of. It was reminding me of because he been through a lot as well in his life. His mom was on dope and stuff, so he was raised by his grandma, I'm telling this whole story. He was raised by his grandma, so he has a certain vibe about himself that he's going to get what he got to get. He's also a rapper too, which is wow, another synchronicity to my other friend Billy. Oh God, he's a rapper too. He goes out on stage, and that's what I was doing when I was with Billy. We was going on stage rapping and trying to book shows and stuff like that. So he's to set up the story. He's coming at me with all of this familiar energy. And I'm like, yo, the Thai sense, I'm like, yo, this event was created. I created this event to feel this. I know what I'm feeling. So during the trip, it was like I invented him or something to encourage me to keep on eating. I guess that was my overall point. But while we was there too, it was like we did it a million times. It was one of those trips we was just looking at each other. What's going on, Prince Pearl 000? Or is that 20? Yeah, 000. It was like we was bros. We was bros forever. And all those thoughts I had before the trip was unlocked during the trip. Like everything made perfect sense. Why he was saying the things he was saying, why I was saying the things I was saying. And every time we would look at each other like 2 hours, 3 hours into the trip, we just was dying laughing. Cause we was eating the shrooms over the course of like 2 hours while we was working. While we was snipping away working, we was just kept on snacking, and playing music. That was something else I never did before. Like I don't play music, I don't talk during my trips. I don't even try to formulate words, let alone thoughts. I just let the thoughts come, and I'm just like, oh, here go these thoughts. We're gonna get past these thoughts in a minute, or like past this rim of thought. It's weird, but I was listening to music. And I was listening to, not just music, but I was listening to rap music. Which is, it may seem odd to some, but I was listening to, but I don't listen to rap music as prominent as I did in the past. Like, I was listening to Uzi, Future. He had his music playing. Well, who else? I don't even know all the names. We was listening to a bunch of Wiz Khalifa. I'm just telling you guys, during this trip, it was as if I was in the past, but in the future, because the people oh man, why is it cutting off like that? Yeah, the people, like, who are we? Who are we at heart? Who are the characters that we are portraying? And what are ideals? This is what I'm putting out there. What are ideals? And this world seems to be nothing but ideas and a story. Oh man, like friends. I want to articulate it the best way I can. But it's like the shells, who we are. These shells don't matter. It's literally like what's behind it, and it just uses these different characters that we are in order to play out stories. And oh god, and then like I don't know if y'all ever had this experience where somebody just reminds you of somebody else. So and then doing a trip with them, and it's just unlocking like they still their character. I don't know. To get past that, I don't want to just keep on sitting here saying, "Yeah, I don't know about stuff." 'Cause I want to talk about the cool things that I did experience. Like when I went to the bathroom in the dark and stuff, I wanted to sit in there, but I had to remember that I wanted to go to work. I mean that I had to go back to work. That I was just sitting there looking at all the shapes. It was hexagons, all this, I don't know what else, just turning into space, and it didn't have real depth perception, went away. Like at first, hey, what's going on, Darren Lopez? Thank you, bro. Like at first, when I went in the dark, my mind rested from everything that was going on. I was like, oh, this is where I am. This is it. And I was just breathing, looking around, and my thoughts were just going. I was just in for the experience, and I'm bringing back as much as I can. And so then I went back out, and he was geeking. I was messing with him a lot. Because I felt myself comfortable. That's what it was. That was one of the huge takeaways I got, is how much I play the situation. How much I give myself into situations without even knowing it. And I used to be upset with myself because I was comparing myself to people that would be like, don't get so lost in things. Like, keep your own self about you. Keep your own self about you. Like that. And when I was younger, I didn't have that. I was still knew who I was, but I was adaptable to the situation I was in. Like, I would be, if I was with these people, I'd be using this kind of lingo, this kind of slang, this kind of vibe. I was around my mom, I was like this. Grandma, I'm like this. Skateboard friends like this. Church friends, I would talk like this. High school friends, I will talk to like this. Bring about certain examples and characters and emulations and imaginations depending on what group of people I was in. So during the mushrooms, I bring back to the rap music. Man, usually I get into my kind of schizo mode where I'm like, oh no, I gotta turn the music off. It's making me go there. I don't want to think about that. I wanna get beyond all of these thoughts and do all of this and plan out. I plan out a lot of stuff. So with this trip, I was really in a high dose experience and letting the environment play out the way that it wanted to play out. Like, I didn't try to control what music he wanted to play. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. I know that song. Or just playing, just vibing out and stuff, and letting the imaginations create whatever it was, and let the music speak to me however it was that it had to do that. My doctor says I have multiple personalities because I do that. Man, that's all. I don't know what these doctors be talking about. They tried to talk about it. They tried to talk about it to the best of their capabilities. But I never went to a person to prescribe me anything. So I know about multiple personality and stuff just from me researching it on YouTube. But that was my experience and stuff. So the mushrooms was telling me I was adapting to this situation, to what he was doing, and I was inside of his mind. I was inside of him, like, and I was saying, and it was showing me that that's the flow. That's what should be going on, adapting to the different situations, and it was lovely. But we was laughing in that person's house, because we work at somebody's house. We was laughing so hard. And when they came back, because I work with some Rastafarians, people that's from the Congo, and they Rastafarians as well, so they have a deep accent and stuff. And I'm so sorry. Oh, offline, by the way. I don't know why I keep doing it. If I was in, they have a deep accent. Sorry. Oh, offline, by the way. Yeah, just keep going on, back on and off. But now I got some money now. I'm gonna be buying some internet. We gonna be lit. We gonna have the stream, so it's just gonna be going. We'll have video guests doing like Oz, True. I'm gonna get Kalindi, anybody really. I don't really care. As long as you want to talk and you got a story to tell. But yeah, the internet gonna be on. I got some moolah. But they was talking, and it was a point like. And I see how much I control my setting, and I'm very happy. I don't beat myself up for being able to do that, because it was a point in the trip towards the end where the boy had to like stop working. He said, I quit. He was like, I quit. I gotta sit back. I can't do them. I just gotta sit back. This was about after 5 hours and stuff. And he was saying, we was looking at the phone screen, and it was like lifting up. He like showed me, he said, you see that? You see that? And at first I didn't know what he was talking about. Because at that point where he mentioned this, I'm jumping around. At that point when he looked at that, it was just the screen was moving around. But for him, the picture was like levitated off of the screen. He's like, you see that? You see that, bro? And then he would just start laughing. And they had... Oh, I'm jumping all around. I brought up that they was Rastafarian because the accents, I couldn't stop laughing. I could not stop laughing, and that's why I was like, man, I shouldn't be in the setting. But I was just so far gone that my life just became comedic. Everything around me was a comedy. What people were saying, what I was doing, everything, and everything. And I never experienced that, like. I never really experienced that. I can say I never did. Like, just in this world, I came back from space, hyperspace, and then was able to look back and see everything. But being in that space and kind of here in this space at the same time, it was another scenario where they was playing CNN on the TV. And I could, and I'm glad that I already had the thoughts of like, yo, this is some bullshit. Like they ain't really talking like from their heart. They playing out characters and stuff like that. Because when I was looking at them, their face was all. First of all, their face, everything was holographic. All the technology had orange, like soft colors around them. And soft color, a soft holographic color surrounding them. So when I was looking at the TV, the guys' faces was like that too, as well as they was just morphing. They just morphing all cool. But the way that they was talking, like they was saying, Trump today, he came down from the mountain and he said this and that and like they kept adding ringtones, like they kept ringing with their voice and like they was singing and rapping and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, this how they getting people attention. I was like, why are they talking like this? To myself inside, I was like, why are they talking like this? But outside, I was just laughing because I couldn't speak in words. The only words I could speak was just laughing. Was just laughter. And I was just reminded of the cartoons I would watch when they would show the politicians and they would show them dressed up like a walrus or as animals and stuff, and they got their papers. They like, yeah, and in today's news, we have and then as soon as they showed Trump, I had to look away. Not because I don't like the dude or not like the dude or whatever, but I just saw how much of a character he was displaying. And Rape the Matrix, because it is all an act. And when you putting on an act on top of an act, it was funny. I said, these niggas serious. These niggas are serious. Oh, and it was lovely. The people when they walked in there, that was the only kind of scary part of the trip. And when I say scary, that is really just a label. Cause in those, I'm not really scared of anything, like, but it's just you see what can be labeled as fearful or just cause more anxiety, to cause your heart to pace. Things that causes our heart to pace, after a while, we label that as something that causes us anxiety. But really, that's a situation that we're just uncomfortable with. A situation that we're uncomfortable with because we don't know what the other person, how the other person is understanding our situation. So when the boss people came in, I was like, I didn't know how they was gonna react to it. I couldn't help but laugh. They was like, I want what you got. I want what you, and then they said, I want in on a joke. And I was like, man, this joke been going on for like 2 hours now. Right, the Matrix, you said they captivate attention away from everything important. I watched the 2016 election off shrooms and DXM. It was so funny, the debates. I mean, yo, I wish I was in tune like that. That's why all these comedians and stuff was able to make so much money when they saw Trump come in. You know, these comedians be taking shrooms too. Oh, cause it was, man. And I said that before too. I said the people that's taking psychedelics, the ones that's been around since the 70s and like been real into their mind and still into this space and not just floating off in hyperspace all day all long, I think they're able to see these patterns because it's all a play. And when you take things to like see the patterns of what kind of president is going to be up next based off of the aurora, so to speak, the essence of where America is at the point. And it seems though the president is like put in a position, the president's position shows the reflection of the country, but also the reflection of reflect a real reflection of the country, not just a painted picture of the country, but what that country really is about, like the people there, like what's in there, the things they're trying to ignore within themselves. And comedians who do psychedelics see these patterns. That's why. And I think I'm being able to tell too, the ones that haven't really seen that space, that psychedelic space, and the ones that haven't in comedian. That's why I think Joe Rogan, Joe Rogan always says the best comedians are the ones that are actually crazy to the world. Like that was like, man, that guy has got a little screw loose. Get a little screw loose. And the comedian platform, like you're saying, they just gotta That's the best platform. That's why I said before, but I stopped saying it a while ago, that this is all comedy. This is like the Psy Tai podcast. All of this, it really is comedy. This is a show. This is a show. I remember when I first started getting into mushrooms and letting the mushroom talk to me instead of just having a trip. It was saying, I was asking him about the Just Tai show. Like, what is it about? Like, what am I, like, just generally, what is it? And like, what I'm supposed to do with it? And they were saying, like, it's a show. It's a show. It's just a show. Put on, not just, it's a show. Put on a show. Put on a good show. And that was about it. And every time I go back, and during this trip that I was saying 2 days ago, it's entertainment. It's just entertainment. And what I was going about 2 days ago, everything, man, on the surface is entertainment. Like the words, the way I move my hands, the way I dress, everything. And and for the other ones though, this what was showing me during the trip, that even though this is entertainment, everything that everybody's saying is true. Break the Matrix, you was in the trip, I was in my trip, I don't even remember, just everything, like, when I'm in the trip, everything y'all type, everything y'all say, it all comes back to me, like, I enter this different space, where I can see y'all, and I'm getting real familiar with it too, where I can see y'all, and the thoughts, and everything pops up, and I see the behind the veil. I see why y'all say everything y'all said. Hold on. I'm trying to leave. I see why y'all was everything y'all was trying to say, even if y'all didn't know that that's why y'all was saying it, or just why it could be my just perception on it or whatever. But it just is in that space. It seems real. It just seems real. So it's like, oh man, I like if somebody say potato, and then it just went in like a lot, and then it's like, man, yeah, I know potato, but then in the trip it'd be like, oh, potato, and then out here it seemed funny, but in that space it spoke wonders. It spoke wonders. It was cool to experience a side of me during that trip that I'm talking about that I usually don't really even pay that much attention to even more, because I call myself trying to keep it together. Like, no, I can't think like that. I can't do that right now. I mean, I can't like really get myself in that zone because all I've been doing, and if I know this, I can't do that, and like just keep myself in that a self check mark. But then I was just seeing that whatever happens, happens. All the time. Whatever happens, happens. And because the music was bringing up thoughts about my relationship and ways that I wanted to enact on my life and stuff that at other times wasn't seeming so comfortable, because it was like, yo, this is like going against the grain of certain things and feelings that I've been attaching myself to. Like, yeah, I do think like that, but I feel like this, and this is why I'm letting all this happen and stuff like that. But in that state, it was like wiping away all them slates and saying, man, that's some BS. You need to just do. You just need do. And it was like, yeah, you feel like this, but you also need to feel like this, cause you. So it was keeping me in line. It was keeping me in this balance, in the ultra balanced check. That was real respectful. Oh yeah, it was some G stuff going on. And I just see too, because I never really, that was my first time actually having a full-blown trip with somebody else as well to my side, like just in so-called physical space. So I was able to see how other people, where another person could be at, and how powerful it is, like the people on the show, like how much we actually dug into our minds and seen what was really the essence of what was there beyond the catchphrases, beyond what other people was throwing into our mind to so-called analyze. But we really like analyze past the analyzing and really talk about a lot of things that other people haven't really even brushed up against. We're really loony. We're so fucking loony, bros. Sis, tires, people. We're loony. And that is okay. That is so okay, because it seems we got what we're talking about and we're going for what people like are wishing for, really are wishing for, or think, or don't even know that this is a step. Don't even know that this is a step. Even when working with mushrooms in that space, how much deeper you can go in that space, having the tools. Because I was seeing that we was in this high space, but I still had to work. So I was able to keep myself concentrated. Like, as long as I was snipping away, I was all right. But when I was always all right. I was able to keep going. But if I looked up, I was like, I can go deeper. Like, I see the doors. I see the doorways in my mind that I can open to keep going, so I won't even be able to think anymore, where I'll be able to just go out. People pay good money to hallucinate. I do it all the time for free. Same, bro. They pay to hallucinate. They pay the thousands of dollars to go on expensive vacations, to see something seen before, just for that experience. And I'm still going to do that in this world. I still want to have ambitions and stuff, and I'm not going out to get over a trauma. Like, this is my everything, and if it don't work out, this vacation don't work out, if I'm late for the flight, if somebody argue with me, if I stub my toe, if something don't work out right, then it all is just fucked up. It's all fucked up. But with the hallucinations, it's like, I can get messed up, and then in that messed up situation right now, it shows you why you think it's messed up, when really it's all right. It's really all good. So then it switches. You see it, and then you're able to this trip literally switches back, and then you like get this deep healing that sometimes you didn't even know you was looking for. That you didn't know that this is what was propelling, motivating this whole trip in the first place. You thought it was this, but then it turned out to be this, and you be thankful for the other thing even more than the beginning reason. Got you. I'm in the middle of a live show. Got you. Oh, no, that was my bro. He was hitting me up. The one I'm talking about right now. He was hitting me up to come over, smoke some tree. Right, so I'm in a live show right now. But yeah, the inner depthness and how deep we can go. And it really ages us. It really ages us on this side. And it shows in a way that we're comfortable with, but we don't even know how comfortable we are with it. That when people see us, they able to recognize things. It's amazing. It's amazing. Because if somebody can recognize something in you without you having to say something, it's like it's magic. And I like the team that I'm working with. They're real, like I said, they Rastafarian, so they real into the woo, as people like to say. They're so into the woo. So they be calling me an old soul and stuff like that. They say, "Oh, you've been here thousands of times." They be saying, "You older than all of us." And I be like, "I'm a fool, man. I'm just a fool. That's all I like. I'm a fool. That's what I am. I'm a fool. I'm just a soul. I'm a soul." If you trace back the Fool card in the tarot, that's hanging over top of the cliff, ready for the adventure with his bag over his shoulder, and just like that Fool card was originally called the Soul card. So when I say fool and stuff like that, I'm just soul. I'm just being. But it's the things that we talk about on the show are actually. Let me just go with the words. It's actually dummy important. I had True Voice in my head. It's actually dummy important, and not to the fact that you have to take everything that I'm doing, that I'm saying, to a T. take everything literally with a grain of salt, but that this stuff is not talked about. It's not talked about in the average. In the average. So when people are doing these shrooms, it's like it's a ritual, but then it's not a set of ritual. Like setting. It's that I was so surprised. Let's just say my shockness without analyzing. I was surprised that somebody was even took a little more than me and didn't hear the same thoughts that I was kind of hearing. Like in the way they probably was, but probably wasn't able to say that this is what was going on. Like later after the trip, like 2 days later, because he didn't come back to work the day after. He said he had to take a chill break. But when he came back and he was asking me about the CNN people, I was just joking. I was like, yeah, they seem like animals and talking walruses and stuff. But I guess something switched in his mind. He was like, didn't they seem like, he leaned in. He's like, didn't they seem like they was faking? Like they was just acting and stuff like that. Like he was whispering it. And I was like, yeah, bro, yeah, they are. They are whispering. So, I was seeing my character. Because when I talk to y'all, it's through the internet. And even when it's on TV, when it's through the Discord, this is my world. So don't take it like I'm saying, oh man, like what? You know, like me or something. Like I'm not saying that, but everything around me doesn't seem real. Like on mushrooms or off mushrooms. So when I'm talking, it doesn't seem to me I'm talking. Like I'm talking to y'all. But and it's because 2 shrooms confirmed this in my own mind to me that I'm really talking to myself. I'm really talking to myself. But when here, I created a stage to make it like I have a camera, to act like I have a camera, and to act like I have an audience, which is y'all. But y'all are real. Like, y'all are real. Y'all are real. So when I'm talking in this section right here, where I can like touch another squishy body, I'm getting to the understanding that people are actually listening to me. And that when I talk, my words are actually going to somebody's ears and they're analyzing something that I'm actually saying. And Rape the Matrix said, welcome to my world. Because for a long time I was confused. And I'll be talking and I'll be confused. Like, you don't really know what I'm saying. Like, you don't know what I'm doing. You're not getting it. And I'll be upset about it. I'll be really upset about it. Because I'll be talking and I'm like, you don't really get what I'm saying? Like, are you stupid? Like, you retarded or something? But I found out that oh gosh, that I was really talking to myself. I was really talking to myself, and the thoughts that I thought that they was getting, I'm trying to articulate this now off the head, because I never said this out loud before. The thoughts that I thought that I was getting, but I had went over in my head. I don't know. Like speaking past people. I'm seeing the different layers of reality. Because what I'm speaking past, I know, like I have an understanding now. Not the ultimate truth. That I actually am talking to them in another space at the same time that I'm talking to them in this space. Just like True, when he was in that mushroom trip and he was on the Tai show talking to me, he saw me on TV in another reality on TV, and he was watching me on that TV, and he was also in that reality popping in on himself watching the Psy Tai podcast, and he was saying, yo, I'm talking to you right now. And he was talking to me about how on point I am about a lot of things, but that I don't recognize it. And I was all like, yeah, I know what you mean, yeah. And he's like, no, you don't. And he was talking, but he talked to me on there was recognizing what he was saying more than the me here. The me that was in his vision trip on the TV. And so that's just the plays on life and where the mind actually goes to and what's actually happening and how people are breaking through. But the reality doesn't have a language, a code downloaded enough to understand, and so comes out as misunderstandings a lot. I used to rate the matrix. I don't know if some things are real or fake because so much has been fake around me and I could see right through it. Schizo problems. It's all fake, bro, and it's all real. That's what I say. It's all fake. It's all just a cosmic joke. It's all just it's all a layering, different layerings of reality. Different layers of reality, man. Because I think I see that different people that even been going to these spaces throughout time, they get glimpses of this same the same thing, just come back and interpret it different, like through the times and space. But I seen it way more, and like I said, during trips, you know, we get everything answered, but it's dope. Because in order to play the game out, we gotta forget a little things. I'm getting distracted by that. By reading something. But that's why we here. Because that's why we here talking things out. That's why we here talking everything out. Creating a stage for people that have unfamiliar problems and tired of the cosmic joke. A cosmic joke is putting it lightly. It is lightly though. It is that light, Rape the Matrix. But I know how much we do our best to complicate it once we down here. Once we get down here, it is more complicated. It is lightly. It is putting it lightly. It is. It is exactly how you say it is. I guess my mind gets so caught up in the paradox of it is not as well, and I think that's why that's where I find my peace at. That's where I find my peace, and just telling myself without any evidence, without any with evidence, but without trying to present myself too much evidence at the time. I'm like, this, it is lightly, and it's not lightly. It just is. And then I leave it at that. And then whenever I do that, the space start talking to me. The space starts talking to me. The space in front of me starts revealing itself, morphing around in order to show me what I was trying to get out of that thinking. Out of that thinking. It shows me something, and something that's cool in a way that I'm able to work with, and like I'm able to bounce off of that idea and create a new creative space off of that. Like now that I know that, I can create a new space off of that. I know this aspect of it, this shade of the truth, this shade of it. Now I'm able to create another shade off of that, and then another shade off of that, and another shade, and another shade. Like we're creating a reality constantly off of another reality, another reality, another reality, another reality. Every day. There's too many gears in this machine to figure it out, so I just flow with it because it can drive yourself crazy. And that's why it's this other lady I'm working with who's a in this dimension. She's a Sagittarius like me, but she's a white lady. She appears as a white lady, but she grew up in Mexico. She's Mexican, got Mexican parents and stuff, but she's real privileged. Like her dad was an oil tycoon. But she's the free, so-called free-spirited, don't want to do what the family doing and trying to get in a professional career. But she's in this pursuit of truth, of like trying to find the truth. And I laugh because I see exactly where I was at, when I was with her, and I see where the other guy I work where he was at, and it's like I literally sit in the middle of them. And everything is a play. Every object is placed around us for reasons, for an essence, to tell a story. And they're telling a story if you could just open your mind wide enough for it to be told to you. They like, you just not hearing me. I'm sitting right in front of you, but you just not hearing me. I'm going in one mind and out the other. Going in one mind and out the other. So then I'm sorry, whenever I think about something else, my mind just creates another simulation to try to get itself trapped in. Oh yeah, the lady, I'm sitting in the middle and she's telling stories about how she say, oh, did you know about consciousness, or I don't know, she be trying to present to me books, cause I don't want to, I'm trying to make it not come off a certain way, and that's me still analyzing things, right? I could just see the way that she's handling life, how the question she's asking is like she's in this pursuit in like the fantasy story, just now set in sail, or not even just now, just been out, because she's older than me. She's 38. I'm 28. So I'm seeing how time doesn't matter. I'm not seeing, but I'm just showing how time doesn't matter. And that's another thing that's been pushing me in, it's changing my speech. This trips, it's changing my speech into how I talk and present things. And I see myself becoming more of a presenter because I was lost. I'm not lost, but I was still searching myself. I was still searching, and I'm still kind of searching. Like, no matter what the hell I try to say I'm not searching, but it's just another level of it. It's just another level of awareness that I see myself like kind of jumping into. And I say jumping into because I see myself jumping out of it. Like whenever I'm in it, I see how I jumped out of it. I see how I jumped out of it before without really knowing it. Without really realizing it. And now I'm always like, I'm not going to forget. Or just the more I relax with the situations that pop up in those scenarios that got me to that place, it's like a bunch of stuff happened and then I'm in that space. and then I recognize a space that that I get myself into, or that I'm into, and then just don't worry about things, guys, man. Worries, troubles, concerns, all that is bullshit. All that is stuff that we create just to confuse ourselves, and sometimes it seems fun. Like it's interesting for a little bit, and then it's like, well, it's cool. I got a little time on my hand. I can go into this, and then you over here, and then you over there, and then you like, oh, and then you don't even remember that you was over there. And that's all good though. That's all good too. Oh, I just hit the mic, my bad. Cause sometimes I'll be having plans and then I'll be acting like I'm confused. That's what I mean. I'll be acting like I'm confused by stuff. But then I'll be thinking, like the mushrooms be telling me, you're just thinking too fast. You're trying too hard. Like, just go cause you already know. Just go cause you already know. Just go. And you know what that really comes with too? Why I say that I really do push myself out of it, because the characters that we decide to play, and that's why I say that's why I see, and I see for myself, I don't like doing mushrooms around a lot of people, and now I see why I didn't like to do it around a lot of people. It's because I am really out there. I am really far, far, far going, that the thoughts that are really laying on my membrane that's driving me, if I say it, it will probably make rattle somebody's world to make them mad, or it will make them think too much for me. Like, I see that things that I say really make people think. And sometimes I don't like to do that. I like to let people relax and just have fun. I'm like, just relax. You don't want my thoughts. Like, just chill. Your thoughts are out there enough for I see for where you are. I don't if I tell you what I really see, you probably do what I'm doing. Laugh it off. Just laugh it off. And then I would be, because I would get too serious, like, no, for real. I left my body. I saw this. But now I'm like, I recognize, like, yeah, I see things for what they are, and I see the play. I see the play so much more that I don't try to kill myself to explain myself to somebody or even explain my highest stories. Like the people I'm working with now, still haven't. I told them some shroom stories and stuff about the shrooms and things like that, but not in as in depth as I will say to y'all. And it's cool because at first I would avoid situations because I'm like, man, I can't go that much in depth, so I can't really hang around these people or stuff like that. But now I'm seeing why I actually place myself in different situations. What my character is bringing out in that situation and not be scared of it all the time. Like, I'm quiet, but I'm still there. And I'm always observing. Like, the person I work with, he said, you always got something going on up there in your brain. Because we was freestyling or something, and he's like, you don't got nothing going on in your words? I say, yeah, I do, but I was just playing it out in this reality. I couldn't even, like, grasp it here enough to ground it enough here to say it. Or just period. He always trying to create situations, but I'm just floating off there. I'm floating off. And it's comfortable. It's comfortable, and I'm still able to enact in this life, so, hey, bros, I'm a superhero. But yeah, what I was saying too about I'm able to be comfortable now around lots of people because I see the character that was trying to develop in me that was going off. Cause like, man, I don't want to be this person. I don't want to do that. I don't want to come off like this. I want to just be normal. I don't want people to look at me like I'm this, like I'm like, even if it's a good thing, like, oh, he's an old soul, he got some wisdom to him. Like, I don't like people thinking about me like that either. Like, I don't like people thinking bad things or good things about me. I kind of, like, for a long time just wanted to be invisible, just invisible. That's why I said it was. And I think playing that invisibleness was a story, was a a challenge. A challenge that I gave myself, that I created for myself in this world. To, make yourself seem invisible no matter what. If it's a good thing or bad thing, just act like it don't matter. And then see how you feel after that for a couple years. And then after a couple years, you're going to analyze all of that. You're going to have an experience that's going to have you analyze all of that and see all of that. And then you're going to see why you did that in the first place. And you're going to be able to take that now challenge, all that time you've been in the gym, acting like you was invisible. Like, I'm in the gym, I'm invisible, right? Yeah, oh, good, bad, oh, yeah. And now that you've been in that gym, now you got this experience to see. Now it can go farther. Now it's this, now it's this, now it's that, now it's this, now it's whatever's next. See how all the parts of my life is for a reason. Nothing is by, like you say, nothing is by accident. But I was able to see why in my particular life, why nothing was by accident. See placing the pieces together in the story. Remembering what's going on. Remembering. And that's what these mushrooms be saying all the time. Remember. Remember. And most people like, remember what? Remember who you are, Simba. Oh, I love it. Mm. But yeah. Don't be afraid. They tell me, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And even if you are afraid, laugh. They say, laugh it off. Laugh it off if you're afraid. Laugh it off. Because look at the people, look at the ones of us who watch horror movies. Like, even I looked at this in the past. The ones that really enjoy horror movies are the ones that's able to laugh at it. Laugh at it while they're watching it and still get the intensity and the message behind it. When growing up, I was scared of it. I was like, oh, they created it to scare me. I'm scared. Like, that's why they created it, to scare me. So I'm just scared. But no, it can be scary, but it's laughable. Like, yo, look at his eye hanging out. Ah! Like, when you're everything, you're everything. Like, you don't push thoughts out. If it's a sick and twisted thought, you find a way to display that sick and twisted thought. I say that's why all these movies exist. That's why art exists. Art is not just all butterflies. Some art is made to jump scare you, so to speak. Bring you to a horror place in your mind to make you think about something that you probably never was used to observing in your life, because you used to just looking on the bright side of things and trying to just do that, and that's it. But when you really, in order to go far with these mushrooms, when you're in this space, you have to let yourself go. Let yourself go. Let yourself go. And let yourself know that all the comments that you was even, like, all the ideologies that you was previously holding on to is gone. It's just an idea. It's just an idea that you had. My face displays the sick and twisted thoughts. Look into my eyes. Most people can't for more than a sec. They say I look intense. They are scared of that. It's a fear. It's an inherent fear of it. And it's just an inherent fear of the contents of your own mind. I can't look like that. I always gotta be smiling. Like, if you're always smiling, it's because you're just smiling. Not because you want to put a smile on your face. But because that's just the vibe you feel. And if you're feeling like this, that's just how you feel. Like, I think forcing things makes us miss out on things. Like, we feel things for a reason. These feelings are not for nothing, good or bad. They're for something. They're there, right? Might as well use them. And not be used by them, as they say in the past. Use them, not be used by them. So yeah, use these emotions to create. Like, turn that anger into passion. Passion. People think if I'm smiling something wrong, but I'm one of the coolest people you meet. They probably be like, man, that's the Joker laughing. Like, I don't know. But I look at myself like that all the time. Like, I still, cause one of my cool characters that I didn't create out of my own two hands, but I'm gonna create the coolest character, and it's gonna be through my own two hands. But one of my coolest characters that I grew up with, that I identify with a lot, is Bugs Bunny. And what's up, Doc? I'm the second mood you did. I feel you getting, guys. And that's it. And you getting so many lessons out of that. So much experiences out of that. That a lot of people that try to shrug that off, is not getting. Yeah, it's not getting. I feel like life is Looney Tune cartoon when on 2CI or 2CB. I heard I think I heard of the 2CB part before. That's how I feel whenever I'm feeling good. Like whenever I'm feeling like myself. And that's why that's why I be saying I make myself forget. Cause when I'm like that, it's on. It's like, whoo, what's up, Doc? And like, cause remember Bugs Bunny, he was able to adapt to all the situations. I bring this example up a lot, but he's able to adapt to a lot of the situations that was going on. Oh, all right, I gotta head out soon. Like he was able to adapt to all the situations that was going on, so he was able to still chill with reality. And still, like, he still knew what was cool. He still knew what was cool. It says psychedelics take away the darkness in your mind. Over now. In the show. I'm telling him I'm already ready. Oh. Ready. Head out door. There we go. That's my ride. My ride about to come pick me up. But yeah, guys, I'ma jump back in. I'm gonna jump back in later today, or tomorrow. So, man, thank you, Rape the Matrix, for talking it out. Rape, I'm coming through. I'm gonna come in through in a bit. I'm thinking my mind is going to all the things I got to do, bad guys. But yeah, this was a nice talk because oh. Cool. Oh, my bad. See, this how the world works. He said, oh wait, that's a bunch of numbers. I forgot. He said no rush. See, he learning me already. He know that. I quickly adapt to situations. But I have to learn. I'm learning to do it more, to take a breath. That's why I had to take a seat back from doing the show, because I was step back from a lot of things, and I was observing and just letting the pieces of reality play out when they want to play out. Like this show came about because it wanted to play about. But I just felt myself going through a bunch of realities. I was like, oh man. But he learned me. He was like, no rush, bro. He said, I was just calling to say I'm going to leave once he calls me. So I just wrote him back saying, cool. So that's why I'm grateful I got that buddy around. Because he's present a lot. He's here a lot. So just like Oz. So you remind me of Oz. King Oz. But yeah, back to psychedelics. I was listening to Terrence McKenna. What did he mention? Oh, what did I mention? I was realizing off the mushrooms too. It was showing me, cool, must be a cool dude then, LOL. He's swagged out, bro. He abouts the swag. And you see how corny I am saying he's abouts. I'm an alien. I'm a motherfucking alien. To get into something that I suppose I wanted to talk about before is the minds that we're caught in without really realizing it. And that's the scary realities that, not scary realities, but what I mean is about the realities that I notice that I'm in, and I be like, oh, I'm gone. Like, so I'm like, wow. Because I'll bring up Terrence McKenna. It was a space I was in. And I was noticing how I was in Terrence McKenna's mind. It's all the same mind. Let's not get it twisted and confused at the biggest scale. But on the scale that I was realizing I was in, it was like I saw how I was in Terrence McKenna's mind. And I was seeing how it was shaped by the ideals that he was saying and the way that he talked. Because when I get into characters, I mean, not into characters, people, y'all, people are people. But when I listen to somebody talking, I feel like I'm them. Like while they're talking, I pay attention to their vocal patterns, the way they pronounce their words, their vibrato, their like how long they take their breaths in between sentences. I pay attention to all of that and where they come from, why they're saying, the environment they're in, how they must feel while they're saying it. Like this is all the stuff that naturally flows through my brain, through my mind when I'm with somebody. And it comes out on the surface that I'm like, yo, I'm your best buddy right now. Like you never talk to somebody like me. I'm like a reflecting mirror right now. That's what they be telling me at the job. At the job. Yes, I'm saying that I was in the mind, and I saw it like a dome thing too. And it's cool though, but I was able to get out of it and see. I'm getting out a lot of things, I'm able to see. But the way they play out, for me, I see myself in the different realities. And that's what I'm appreciating. Man. Yeah, and that's what takes me a step beyond, with Terrence McKenna. That's what got me out of the mind, is that when I listen to Terrence McKenna, he doesn't really talk about he talks about his daily life, but he doesn't talk about his daily life in the way that we talk about our daily life. Like about how we interacting with the individual people around us, how it made us feel during the come up stages, like, oh man, like, is this person real? Or like, why are they talking to me? Or like just the normal things, because he did psychedelics since he was a teenager, and he didn't start talking really till he was in his 20s and stuff like that, like talking to the public. So I'm just supposing that he already brushed past a lot of the encounters that we are talking about now and adjusting to society and stuff. And plus, he's in a different world. But what I'm talking about is how, like, even when I'm not on shrooms, like how you saying Rape the Matrix too, and how we just in another reality. We're just present in another reality while being present here at the same time. So Terrence didn't really give the tools. Well, no, he did. He did give the tools to do it. 5 grams silent darkness, motherfucker. But he didn't go as in depth into what I call magic. What I term under magic and stuff like that. Which is realizing who we are now. And seeing how those daydreams that I have are not just little old daydreams, but those are realities that are playing out right before my fucking face. And I'm right there. I'm right there. And I'm right here. I've been doing psychs for 25 years now. I'm writing a book that's going to tell my story and a platform to start from. I have tons of knowledge. I just keep quiet. Yeah, bro, it's the time. It's the time. And you already know, Rape the Matrix. That's why you created motherfuckers like me and True to come out and be like, whoa, what is this? We out here. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Combine our mind with our hearts. Let whatever come out, just come on out. But a book, though, would be cool. Because I'm seeing, too, the levels. I'm seeing the levels that I need to participate in. I'm seeing those I need to participate in when it comes to doing sketch comedy, talking out on camera, writing a book, doing music. Because when I'm on camera, I'm in the forefront. You seeing what I'm experiencing, you're hearing what I'm experiencing. And I'm trying to throw in there what I'm observing at the same time. Like, wait, I'm observing this. I'm not just seeing this, but I'm playing out this thing. I'm playing out this experience. I'm playing it out. And but I also want to I'm gonna read King Oz too. I finally got some money, so I'm gonna be able to get your book too, King Oz. Cause this is something that writing the book, y'all know the mind that is placed on the book. It's kind of different than the mind that vocalizes. Until we that old man, I suppose, that talks like he's writing, that has the patience at least to talk like he's writing. But still, what is structured writing? Like, somebody can transcribe one of these podcasts, and that can be the book. Probably add some grammar in there, add some periods. But then again, why? Why? Why even do that? Just write it out. And what just came to my mind now, as I would say, a confirmation, is Ram Dass's book, where it's just written all in different paragraphs, just different phrases, then a picture there. This guy turned the book sideways to read this one. So, what is a book? You just write it. You just write a book. You just write a book and you put it out there. But I guess when it comes to money and trying to have because we are structured people. That's what I be seeing myself too. Like, I really am a structured person. That's why the thoughts come to my mind in the first place, to try to fight the rattle up the seriousness. And be like, man, don't be so serious. Like, it's alright. Like, but it shows me in a way of just that thought rattling me up. Yeah, just that thought rattling me up and stuff like that. But yeah, getting out of the mind and stuff, getting out of people's minds and seeing your story for your own story is where the superpower lies in. Where superpower lies in, guys. But for real, guys, this time I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna get some food for a bit before I actually have to leave. Make sure I get some nutrition up in there. But what's up, Leviathan? You're You got me right when I was actually about to go. Hey, we never really disappear. We never really disappear. And it looks like all these things are coming up. No! No work today. Isn't that wild, guys? What the? That's wild. I didn't do the show because I was working, then I decided to do the show before I go to work, and now just like, oh, no work today. But I am at work right now. See how things always work, how things always play out. Wow. And that's me acting surprised. Like I didn't know that this was going to happen. And that's my craziness. Because now I'm sitting, if you want to know the thoughts going through my mind, it's like, man, I already said that I was going to end the show twice now. Do I keep going or do I stop? Who are you? Oh, look at you. And most people, I could say they don't like that, because they'll categorize that, oh, that's the devil. That's the devil talking to you. I remember one time when I said that I was doing acid on TrueStream, and I was looking up at the sky, and I said to the sky, why are you still blue right now? And it said, that's what y'all agreed on. Somebody jumped on and was like, that's the devil. That was the devil talking to you. Oh, I just think that's all me. It's all me. Just how we personify things, and characters come alive so much that just when you don't have that other idea, man, I got a lot to talk about. The devil worships me for real. He envious. For real. I was man. I was thinking about ideas, And why I love mushrooms so much, because they and let you encounter ideas. Like if you're not comfortable with it and you got this place, because some people, just because that character, I'm just seeing how life can be placed. If that idea is so strong in your head, I mean in your space, that the devil like is an actual character outside of yourself, and that he does talk to your mind. Like that's how it's written in the Bible. They say the devil is the prince, like at least the Satan Bible, the one that's termed Satan and Lucifer and stuff. So the devil talks through the air. So then when they say devil talks to you in your thoughts and stuff, they say, oh, you gotta watch your thoughts. You gotta watch them thoughts, cause the devil gonna try to get you. You gotta watch out. You gotta pray. You gotta do this and that. So then it is, yeah, you right on, right? It is all fairy tale. That's why I'm just playing the ideas, because ideas, this is a fairy tale. I'm a fairy tale just as much as he's a fairy tale. So when an idea is so strong in the head, or played out in the reality, and is like written down, is written down, is told by the people around you, and it's like work is like that's in is placed in a society, then that character lives in that space where those people are, and they see these characters, they see the devil around them, they see the grim reaper in the shadows. And I see this even if they have these ideas and go into the space, like going to hype. I just say hyperspace for psychedelic space all the time. What's going on, my TS? They see these. They'll go to take mushrooms and see Mary Magdalene. Who did that? Who did that? Who did that? Dakota Earth. Dakota Earth got a video saying he saw Mary Magdalene on mushrooms. And I know other people are saying they saw characters like Jesus, or Vishnu, Krishna, or all these characters. But I think when they seen these characters, that's what was placed on their mind, was something that was, what they saw was something that was already there. They just wasn't aware how much they were worshiping this idea, how much they were given into this illusion, given into this idea, given into this character, and making it what it was, creating it for what it was. It's like creating something and then letting the creation run you over. I mean, like, man, this CJ character shot me, like in in Grand Theft Auto. Like, how he shoot you? Like, it's a game. Like, he shot you through the TV. It's a game. Like, don't make sense. No, he right there. That video game character, he turned around. He looked at me. I swear he looked at me. You just missed it. And he turned the gun towards the TV and shot me. Shot me through the TV. It's magic. It just works like that. You just don't understand. You don't understand reality, bro. I only see Jesus because he been who my family chose to follow, so he in my subconscious. See? And now this is the guy raped and matrix you right on. Is somebody, that character that's been around, that's comfortable, a comfortable space. Because our family is us. Our family is no different. Like, our family is us, motherfuckers. Even passed down through the genes and genetics code, like in this reality. Like, even not even talking on a huge, big scale. Our family is us. And memories that they had is passed down through genetics and through our genetic code and plays out. And it's up for us at that point to see what we want to do with it. See what we want to do. But it's there. I always been against the religion because my gut and heart tell me something isn't right. And the thing that's not right, that I'll say not right about it, is just that in my experience, where I came across with all of these things, is that it's all a cosmic joke. It's all a joke. It's all something to create for entertainment, to mystify ourselves, to create a mystery to dwell in. To dwell in, for the one, for the all to dwell in. That's all. It's just, and it's so real, and it's so much opposition to it, so much this and that and stuff to it. because that's what I just see with the mushrooms we shine. That's what makes the story on this level, like where we are, where we're experiencing right now, interesting. This is the interest. That's why we're talking about it. That's why we experiencing it, because it's something that's interesting. Like, what if I created this? What if I created religion? And then after a while, I started taking away religion. I was taking away this form of religion by having these thoughts. And not just playing it out through one character, but through the climate change, through the politics, through animals, through the through global crises, through good scenarios, good things happening. But there, you said there's no vision, there's no divinity in my vision of Jesus. And it's just like, wow, there goes the God. And that's because of your mindset too. That's why I say, that's why I'm seeing, going into these spaces for myself, I'm seeing what I see for things for myself. Because when somebody would say something, I would naturally be intrigued. I'm like, wow, this person saw this? Oh, I should have asked. He popped out of the corner like the guy who yells Toasty in Mortal Kombat 2 and destroyed the vision of Washington, D.C. I was seeing. Oh, what else? What else happened with that, bro? He popped out the... I had, when I read Tasty, I had Liu Kang voice in my head for some reason, but that's not it. When I'm like, what? That dude, that flying bicycle kick. I was seeing DC with a Baphomet rising above DC in fire. Oh, that's dope. You know, Baphomet nothing but the combined forces of the animalistic natures. And if I'm looking over there, I got the screen over there too. Did you have any clue, or they would bring back a clue as to why DC was actually on fire? Because it's really on fire now. I'm playing with Trump and stuff. That was Jesus who did that. Oh, wow. The force that he represents was just setting DC on fire. That's just how I'm seeing it. He went and then destroyed the vision and went away as fast as he came. Oh, that's dope. And I'm just seeing, I was playing, that's interesting. That's interesting. Because in this world, those are seen as, like, when you don't really get into it, those are seen as opposing forces. Like, but you don't really get into Baphomet being in unison and stuff like that. Like, in this reality, Baphomet, satanic. Jesus, Christian. Because even in the satanic Bible, that's where they mention Baphomet. Stuff like that. DC was on fire because it was my mind's way of confirming it was evil, corrupt place. Yeah, that's what I was getting. I just wanted you to say it. I wanted to see what you said. That's dope. That's why I was saying it's on fire now with Trump and stuff. See, that's why I'm getting back into that mind, cause I be knowing things. I be knowing I know what y'all do, without knowing at the same time, cause I don't know shit. But yeah, it is on fire, man. And then that swooping force, that caring force, cause that's what's needed. That's what's needed in this world. That force. It's just the way that it's presented. When it's just under the force of just one character saving everybody, it don't play right with everybody, because everybody got different things, ideas in their head. got different ideas, but that force that it represents is dope. Is worthwhile. It's worthwhile, and that's why you won't see me going around bashing religions or saying, man, they loony or da 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 or loony or they need to do this or blah blah blah, because they cool. They're getting probably more magic out of something than what somebody else is getting. That's stuck stopping everything. But still, no, I'm just choosing sides. Everybody is retrieving magic from the space that they're in, but some people lose that Karen stuff, that Karen side, that Karen side when they don't have a character. But that's why I like the psychedelics, that it brings me to a place where I can I see my Karen archetype still. I saw all of that because I was probably watched the news all day. Probably, bro. And that's why it represented itself in the way that it represented, that it came about. And that's why I don't watch the news to this day. And that's why it was wild when I was watching CNN. Because I was already, I was like, what's going on? I mean, I wasn't like, what's going on? Because I've been so far out of it that when I went back in it, I was able to see what was going on without freaking out. Without freaking out. That's what it is. And that's why I appreciate us talking. I appreciate us talking because we really like you said, like you saying, Ray the Mates, we really open-minded to the world. Like, it's different people giving different perspectives and like sharing ideas. Like, I want to say this, I gotta say this, I gotta do that, and then like we able to observe the contents of our own mind on a different stage, on a different plateau. Like, instead of sitting back meditating. And then, like, man, I think this, but I'm not sure. Or I don't even sure if I should be thinking this. Or did I even just think that? And then you pop up somebody, they say it, and then you be like, oh, yeah, that is what I was thinking before. That is, oh. And then you just see what's more in your mind. I don't get trapped in that still. That's why I like that podcast format, is long form conversation, and just keep on uploading. Just keep doing, keep talking, keep on talking. Never settling, keep on going. Keep on traveling dimensions. Like, every show I see, it's another dimension. It's another dimension in space. Or just another space, period. We're in another space. And every time we come on and we popping, we using, man, I don't know. I see what it is when I get down. I see what it is. Instead of trying to describe what it is, why it's happening. That's just me trying to break through past. I see that as me trying to break through past this reality of the show. And I need some mushrooms with that to do that. And that's what I like. And that's what, wow. It's really, that's why I was saying with True too. I was talking to him saying, doing the mushrooms and stuff on the show, like live on the show, is a whole nother experience that people on the show watching, it's like you can't really get it. I have no clue what it is, but I love it. Sorry, Ray the Matrix, I read that a little late. I started ranting a bit. Well, I started tying. I was tying off the rip. Hey, morning, Ina. I'm about to be done. Give me a hug.
This way.
Can I go this way? Right, give me a hug. I don't got work today, so I can be home.
Yes. You always take so long. Like, all the way tonight?
Yeah, I know. I've been working a lot. I don't gotta go there today. Go ahead. He said, I love to travel long to wherever it is. What you mean? What you mean by that? Like traveling in a trip? But in a psychedelic trip? It's the longest I ever took with a L. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Oh, traveling. I love traveling to whatever it is. And man, while you were saying that, I was envisioning myself on the couch and just journeying. Cause the journey, man, that's why I like that we out here talking too. And that's why I like that you out here talking too. I had these headphones on the whole time for no reason, and now things are so loud. It's like when I talk, it seems like I'm gonna be talking too loud. I'm always tripping. Being immersed in the sunlight, plugged into the source, that helps you realize the inner, the people, the everything. Plugged into the sun, man, and just realizing it. That's why I love how powerful we are. And we gotta know how powerful we are by realizing the words that we actually saying. Like my tia just said, plugged into the source. That helps you realize the inner. Like the average person would not word things like that. So that's where you are in your life. Oh, I hit the mic. All right, it's back on. I gotta make sure that light not blinking. Or it's not gonna be on. Period. What's going on?
This one.
What?
I came back here to find some pants to give me.
All right, look in your drawer. That's in your room. That's inside the white cabinet, the white drawer. My bad for hitting the mic. It probably made a loud noise too. I probably got to put on the monitor. No. If I put on the monitor, it's gonna make the mic double. I did that before. I'm figuring it out. Apologize for any inconveniences. But I have to close the door, baby. Can you close it all the way? And if you need help, I'm gonna get it for you in a bit. Let me find your pants. Ex auntie. But yeah, where we are. That's just something I started to jump on that, but that was something I've been on. Realizing the words we say. Like, cause in a trip you realize how the words, like the cool words you say. I just like what you said so much, like plugged into the sun for the source. And then that's when you're able to realize things. Because a lot of people take advantage of things too, like sunbathing. You hear about sun gazing and stuff like that, and then they say they feel happy and one. And that's an awesome tool because it goes beyond. Man, I'm trying to word it right. It's like all the tools that we use here, all the things that we're doing we're doing way more than we realize that we're doing when we're participating in that event. And it comes out as poetry. It just comes out as poetry. But when it comes out as poetry, it's coming from a place. I'm stopping myself because I hear myself every time I say something. I hear myself continuing what I'm saying. And me stopping it, I'm like, I don't come off like that. But I just gotta relax. It's coming off from a place that's so magical, so intense, so feeling, so connected to everything. So it's connected to something. So connected to something that seems more real than what's going on now. That's what it seems though the poetry is connected to. One guy does water fasting, something like that. The water gets valued so much after walking and all. It's like a meta frame. Water. Oh, I say he don't drink water. I'm backwards. He only drinks, and it fell again. He only drinks water. Where is my mind? Alright, he only drink One guy does water fast. Yeah, he only drinks. I said that 3 times. Something like that. The water gets value so. I never did. Well, I did a 2-day water fast, but that was prepared to do mushrooms. What you mean by metaframe? You know what I forgot all this time, that I can bring up other stuff on the other screen. Alright, talk. Alright, yeah. That's something that's popping in my membrane. Is me telling myself right now. I'm sorry, guys. It's just a lot of realizations. I could say once you have a trip, oh man, you can bring back stuff from a trip. I see in the mind, you can choose not to because of how you will come off to yourself, let alone anybody else. Because every time during the show, during the trip, I just see what I'm really saying. You Martinez, you said, I don't know. The guy says, for example, talking where you find the points with density, how being thirsty affects you. It's like a resistance. Oh, I did say it right the first time then. Like having a resistance to talk. And people do. I don't know too much about that, but I know people that points with dents. Oh, there you going over my head with that one. I was just looking up to see if I could get some background on it. Water fast. Oh, hey. You can open it.
Oh, did y'all get delivery of package?
Okay.
Also, it's from Sharita. Isla Dior and Samantha.
Okay.
No, y'all didn't get a package. Samantha and Isla got a package.
I didn't mention at office, I got the family here. I got the my girlfriend's family. They came from Philadelphia. So that's another thing that's been going on a lot. They came here, they're gonna be here for Christmas, leave around New Year's. So we're having fun introducing them to some good old Cali bud, some Cali weed. Gonna get them to take a dab pretty soon. And try out some mushies too. Even if it's just a little. But yeah, it's having some fun with that. Having some fun there. But yeah, I'm just trying to bring a lot back right now. I'm trying to bring a lot back. And what I was saying was how we wish to appear and how much we can bring, how much we decide to bring back from the trip. Like some people, I see they have a trip and then they don't have those same thoughts after the trip. Or something like that. Some random bounds. Or the character that they are. I think that we can become more symbiotic with the mind of the mushroom. The more we take it, The more we take it, and the more we allow ourselves to adapt to the experience that it gives. Like we still write it off. I still write it off as an experience, but I still write this off as an experience. Like this right now. It's all becoming, it's all like really, like even in my speech now, it's really becoming the same to me. Like not in my speech, in my speech is like fiffendary. I come fifth. It's like it's all becoming the same. It's all the same. It's the same. And I have to talk more like that. I have to be more like that because I don't know why, but it seems more magical, seems more fun. And when I'm in that space, the mushroom space, the search, like the search, all these lower searches, it's not lower searches as if something else is a higher search, but the pursuits are so less, the pursuits are so lessened. I don't know how to put, the pursuits are so lessened. I'm trying to go with it. The way I can put it, I don't know what I way I could, the way I can put it, it's a relationship that you start to develop. I'm sorry, guys. Well, the way I can describe it, just so y'all don't see me standing here, is that I see myself trying to describe the character and being the character. And me trying to describe the character that I'm talking about is like kind of stopping me from being the character. So then I have to throw another thing out there for me to comment on there, the comment on it. And this is the comment voice. I love it. I love, that's what got the show to the point that it's at now. Like, yo, I'm inquisitive. I'm feeling. I'm doing this and that. But then in the trip is like, you know all of this. You're acting like you don't know. You're acting do. And what I mean by do is it's all these amazing things. Like even now, we're always doing. Y'all would think I'm always on mushrooms if y'all was around. I'm tripping. It's cool because it allows me to pick apart things in ways that an average mind wouldn't be able to. Would not be able to. People are playing out this or playing out that. And some people are coming against each other because some people are thinking like this. Some people are only being like that. And the people that think like this are not really, forget what it is to be like that. And the people that are being like this don't really enjoy thinking like that. So it's always some kind of clash of people saying, oh, they're too far going, they're too far into the woo. And then it's the other folks saying, oh, you're too much playing this game. You think that this is real, motherfucker? Like, you don't really exist. So everything you're doing is for nothing. And then they develop that attitude. And then it's that balancing, that middle ground of play where I'm finding myself. Where I'm 1 foot there, 5 feet, 1 foot there, 5 feet over there. 1 foot there, 5 feet over there. Because that's just how it is. And that's just how it is. And it's beautiful. And it's twisted. It gets funky at times. It gets scary at times. And it gets overwhelmingly beautiful at times. Where the beauty just overwhelms you. Like, I created all of this. Wow. But I don't really know how to act it out. But yeah, it comes off as just enjoying life. In other words, I got this game that I want to try to stream called Matrix: The Path of Neo. It's a pretty dope game. I brought it up before. But yeah, we're gonna play that game. I like games. I like games. But this was fun. This is a perfect let go, guys. Perfect let go. It's music. It's music. It's music. And I laugh at myself, and I love it. I love it. And that's what helps me have peace and laughter about myself. Because a lot of people are going through things and they can't laugh. They can't laugh at it. It's very hard for one to laugh at oneself because one takes oneself too serious in the game. Too serious in the game. Like, you ever play a game and you playing Call of Duty or something, keep getting scoped. That's how I used to feel. I was like, yo, I keep getting scoped, man. I don't like this shit. Like, I don't want to play this game. I don't want to develop a skill in this anymore. I don't want to live in this and experience this anymore. I want out. I want out. But that's just how it is. Let the mind wander. Because our environment will try to convince us otherwise. And we be saying, why would it try to convince us? Because we made it to convince us, so don't be mad if it happens. But the mushrooms allow me to see it coming as if I did it a billion gajillion times already. So I'm naturally not naturally, but in moments that I recognize it at least, I'm making a decision that's causing a whole nother reality for me to feel. And it feels like I felt the other previous way. Teary eye. I felt the other previous way for so long that now it's like bang. And even if that's not true, even if that's just something that I'm making up right now, it's a story. So that I see that this, and I say making up just to make myself content, but I see that the realities that play off in my mind is the multi-dimensional realities of this self, I suppose, the best way I can put it. Random, who is Tai, Santi, etc.? He's a character, and if so, why? I'm in and out, but listening the whole time. Thanks, bro. But yeah, who is Santi? Who is Tai? I say these things all the time. Tai is a guy just coming here, tying things on out, trying to tie things all together. Santi is that one that's like it's like Gandalf the White. Or even more than that, because it's Santi. It's seen it. Tai is trying to put it all together. Steph, which is my name, Stefan, I'm just here. I'm here taking the battle, the warrior. Steph is here, the warrior. Stefan is the warrior. Like, like, yeah, I'm here. I'm the thing that's experiencing the relationships, the jobs, getting the money, getting to the money, losing the money, getting the I was about to say getting to the cash. Having the family, watching TV, walking, riding the bike, hiking. That's who Stefan is. Tai, trying to put together. Santi, I seen something. I seen it. I seen the and then it keeps going back until you zoom out, and then I'm you. Zoom out of Santi, you looking at yourself. But yeah, that's what the point that these mushrooms, that the psychedelic experience really brings you to, where you're not just talking it, you're not just trying to convince yourself, but where you're experiencing that in your life, where you're going through these different versions of yourself, where it's just you. It's you going through different versions of yourself, and it's not being, as well as still being played out through different people. And you see, but the way I play out, where I'm in the alone, I become all of the characters. And in order to become all the characters, Sometimes you feeling like this, sometimes you feeling like that, sometimes you over there, sometimes you over there. But you know what the master is doing? The master is riding the wave. The master is riding that dragon. It's a fucking dragon, bruh. And it will fucking eat you if you let it. If you become overrun. And it's just you too. It's just your power. Like the dragon, you see a lot in even the mythologies throughout time. Represents like power, the ultimate power, wisdom. Wisdom. That's what the dragon is. Wisdom. So ride that dragon, guys. Ride that dragon. Ride the way. I think that's why it be flowing. Like the dragon flows. The dragon flows. And I'm thinking Chinese dragons and stuff. And the ones that True sees his DMT trips. When he said, man, I seen a dragon, and it was just like the Chinese ones. That's what I appreciate about all of these experiences. And all of us diving into these things. Because when you wild enough out there, and you tap in enough, somebody else having an experience, and you tuning into it, is you having the experience. For a long time, when I would watch videos of people talking about their mushroom experience, that's why I support everybody. Like Psych Substance. Hey, Mina. Like Psych Substance and Dakota Earth and Your Mate Time and stuff like that. Well, can I get some? Well, I'm not worried about it. I would just go to the store. I'm going to get some wraps. I don't got to work today. When they was talking about, because... I don't know, they just said they chilling today. So I wish I would have went in yesterday and then I would have been able. No, I'm just worrying. It's alright, it's all good.
That's fine.
Yeah. But
You think they done for the holiday?
no, they not. Hold on, I gotta. Yeah, they not done. They not done.
Man, I could have went to the store.
But
Okay, hold on.
do you remember the last word I said before you walked in? It's alright, don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. Just talking about the mushrooms. Ooh. Dang, I really wish. What was I was supporting Psych Substance. Thanks, bro. Why I support all of them is because, and anybody I watch, King Oz, but what I'm saying too, specifically the psychedelic, is because when it seemed like I was still searching, like I was still like, man, I don't really like. I'm still in that position. I'm still humble. I'm saying it out loud just because I know the way things come off. I just know how reality works. But back then when I would listen, what I could say. I'm gonna say from my Santi sense, my Ta sense, Santi sense. Because I say I was in Stefan mode, is that I was in the past just now, and I was seeing myself watching Psych Substance. So without layering it over top of that and trying to sugarcoat it, I'm in the past right now, and I'm talking it's the past right now I'm talking. When I would watch Psych Substance, and I'll be looking at the TV and stuff, it was like I was going through their emotional journey and stuff. And even now, like, why am I going so far back on True Life channel? It's like I'm experiencing what they're going through, and it correlate back to even with my life. To start syncing up with things in my life. When I turn around, like, oh wow, he just said this. Now I look around, and now that's happening. It's like it's all a trick. I just say that it's all a trick. It's all a trick. It's all a trick. Trip, 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 trippity, trip, trip, trip. It's lit. That's all I was able to say during the trip too, man. And that's why I see my character, and I love that I'm developing I develop a talkative mouth where I like to act like I'm putting things together and tie things together, because I've been researching symbolisms and keeping myself open and things like that. But for real, if you really ask me about how trips are and stuff like that, I'm just gonna say it's lit. It was awesome. Yeah. It was like that's really all I really got. Everything else is an afterthought. Like I don't have any thoughts about about the about the experiences. I just love it. It's like a roller coaster. It's like you on a roller coaster and you like, man, it was woo. My hands was up, my hands was down, my stomach was was rolling. Woo. You don't really go into the setting of, oh man, the roller coaster, the engineer, the way they built the roller coaster. I liked how by the time you got to this apex, it allowed the perpetual motion to carry you up 2 more lumps, and then once you got to that peak, it was enough high enough. They had to add this crank to go and so that it can drop you down, go to loop-de-loop. How they do that loop-de-loop? How they built that? Why would they even build that loop-de-loop in the first place? And then what was the mind of the person that created that loop-de-loop? Can they create more loop-de-loops? Can I create my own roller coaster? Those are all, I see, that's all my afterthoughts that come after just the whoo. And I'm happy that I'm able to actually enjoy those experiences. Because when you don't have that under your belt, what's going on? I can't tie things together. Well, yeah, I like it. I like it. Because that's what we're all doing. Everything that was just said. Everything. We all doing. Oh. But yeah, that's what I was saying. I like that I'm able to experience that. Because when I was looking at videos and stuff, because then you go through tricks. You go through stages in the mind where you start believing in. And I'm talking from this high sense right now. Where you start. Oh man, I gotta call her. I'm gonna have to write her right back. Dang, I'm gonna call her right back. But yeah, how you get into. I was happy that I was able to get into that space because when I would look at people's videos, I'll be like, what are they doing? Like, what's going on? Their eyes closed, they saying this, and then you get lost into that reality of what they saying. You're like, oh, they said that. They said that. Oh, that's what that must be the true. That's the true. Because that's what they was able to say while they was in that state. So that must be close. That must be so close to the truth. Because they was on mushrooms when they really said that. So it's once I got all that stuff wiped away, went into the dark alone, and what I mean by that is wiped away all the ideas, just kept shredding myself layer by layer by layer by layer, and then experienced that samadhi, as they say sometimes. Sorry, I can call you in 10 minutes. I'm on a love show. I'm not used to having people actually wanting to contact me, so sorry about the phone. We got people expanding. When you get happy, when you start doing that magic, things start happening, man. DMT, all of that stuff. I call that lady my fairy godmother. I was like, you just came in my life, gave me some work. Woo! Waved the magic wand around, bibbity bobbity boo. Well, yeah, the stories and stuff. Getting caught up in the stories and the layering of reality. It goes way deep. Go way deep. But that's cool. I think that's the meat of the psychedelic experience. That's the meat of going into it. And with all these other people that's really silent, enjoy more than often. Or understand more than often. So to speak. Cause I remember listening to UL and stuff. Not listening to UL, watching UL and him like saying how the his mom won't really allow him to like